Hey everyone, it's Dance. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching yet another video of mine. If you're new to this channel and you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button and join my little YouTube family. So today I have a very special video for you guys, at least I think it's special. I think it's special. Talking about hair to me is always special. So today's video is going to be all about wigs. And how do you protect your hair under your wig? If you're like me, you love your natural hair, but you also love wearing wigs. So how do you keep your hair under those wigs growing? How do you keep your length that you've obtained maybe for months, weeks, or years? And how do you make sure that your scalp is protected and everything is taken care of? So if you have those questions and you're looking for hints, then this video is definitely for you. So stay tuned so I can give you my tips on how I protect my hair under my wigs. I think the most important thing about protecting your hair under your wigs is making sure that your scalp is healthy and clean and that your hair is healthy and clean. So you want to, of course, shampoo, clarify, use apple cider vinegar so you can get a good pH balance. And I find that these methods work amazing. If you have a lot of buildup in your scalp, you definitely don't want to do any kind of protective styling, not just wigs, weaves and braids or anything like that. That's gonna really cause even more damage if you leave that product buildup on your scalp. Our scalp is basically the heart of everything. It's where our hair grows out of, so we have to make sure that along with our hair, our scalp is healthy first and foremost, because that is really where your hair is going to grow from. And as your hair grows, of course you want to maintain the rest of your hair. So I find by using apple cider vinegar, which is a natural alternative, if you're not able to buy any expensive products, you can probably have this in your cupboard for months. I guarantee you guys, for months. And this works amazing at clarifying, removing any buildup, and of course putting some balance, some pH balance back into your scalp. Second thing you want to do is, I find for me, the second thing I find is really the most helpful is doing my treatments, whether it is weekly, every 2 weeks, monthly, whenever it is. Make sure and get those treatments in. Whether you need a protein treatment or a deep conditioning, a hot oil treatment. With the warmer weathers, you have to make sure that you put moisture back into your hair, because our hair is like a sponge and it just soaks everything up. So you definitely want to make sure that you are on top of it and putting that moisture back into your hair by doing treatments that are going to be beneficial, doing treatments like a protein treatments that are going to strengthen your hair, and doing treatments like a hot oil treatment that is really going to give your hair and bring your hair back to life. And so that's what I find for me really works. You want to make sure that you apply the proper amount of tension. Now, if you are if you are twisting your hair or doing cornrows or anything like that, and you notice that your hair just can't withstand that kind of pressure or tension, then you really need to reconsider, because you do not want to cause any more damage than is already there. If you have severe damage, maybe due to relaxers, heat damage, just neglect, you want to stay away from styles that are going to basically cause any type of prolonged duration and put even more tension on your scalp. And for me, wigs are amazing because I can take them off, I can take care of my hair and put it right back on, and my hair is maintained, it's taken care of. But also with wigs, you want to make sure that you are taking care of your hair under your scalp. A lot of us tend to forget that we still have hair growing under our wigs. And so it's very important to realize that Whether you're braiding or twisting your hair, the same methods apply. Make sure it's not too tight, there's not too much tension. You don't have too much pressure on your hair for an extended period of time that will cause even more breakage on top of what you may already have. You also want to make sure that your braids are firm and not tight. Now, thumbs up this video and let me know if you'd like to see a video talking about that. Your braids can be firm but not tight, and tightness will only irritate your scalp. It can cause scabbing, it can cause irritation, infections, it can cause your hair to be pulled out, your edges to be pulled out, and Lord knows we like our edges. We all like our edges. Unless Beyonce is snatching those edges, we do not need our edges to be gone. And that leads me into this tip. If you are doing any sort of protective styles, you want to really protect those edges, because your edges are extremely fragile, and any sort of tension, too much pulling can really cause them to break. It can cause them to be pulled out. It can basically cause your edges to run away from you, and we don't need that to happen. So the best way I find for me is to really place as less tension along my edges with my wig band. If your wig band is too tight, then you definitely want to figure out a way to loosen that up. You do not need your wig band pressing so tight on your hairline that it causes breakage. Now, another option is to also leave your hairline out. There are many ways that you can blend your natural texture with your hair, or you can also blend it naturally by using textures that maybe are closer to your natural hair texture. If you do want to blend your hair, there's eco stylers, there's gels, there's pomades, there's so many different things now available to us that we can blend our natural hair texture into these wigs or weaves or straight wigs, whatever the texture is that our hair basically doesn't mimic. For me, I find the best way for me to get around that is to really find textures that are easy for me to play with my own natural hair. So if I was to do a twist out and maybe the texture of the hair was a certain way, then I know that I can achieve that texture with my hair and I won't have to do too much manipulation on my hairline. For me, it seems to work well. Growing your hair, you're finding that it's just not working for you, castor oil is amazing. Now, I will say that there may be some other medical underlying issues that cause us to have hair loss, especially as women, even men too. But you want to first go out and check and make sure that you are healthy. Of course, if you're able to pick up some black Jamaican castor oil, I'm telling you, this thing works amazing. You can use it in your scalp, use it on your edges, use it in your treatments, and you literally don't have to use this every single night. It's a very thick carrier oil and it's a thick consistency, so a little goes a very long way. But I swear by this guys. I've done so many videos talking about this. It works. So we all use our silk scarves, we use our silk bedding, but what about when you're going to maybe sew your wig on or sew your weave on? I find that using silk thread, even though it is a little bit more expensive, is a lot better for your hair, because the cotton dries out your hair, which makes sense. The cotton on your pillows, the cotton head ties, we don't use those things for a reason. So why would we then use cotton thread? If you're able to invest in a silk thread, which is a little bit more expensive, it is definitely worth it in preserving your hair, especially if you're going to be doing a style that is going to be in for a long time. If you are just doing, a wig where you're removing it and taking it off, then that's different. But if you choose to sew your wig on, then definitely, preferably, if you can find it, try to opt for silk thread. Now, if you're not able to do all of that, this will lead into my next tip. So my next tip, guys, is to moisturize as often as you possibly can. Make sure that you remove those wigs, you get into your scalp, and of course using the lock method. First and foremost, water is key. Water, water, water. Our hair is like a sponge, and we all know that it soaks up anything in the atmosphere, so we definitely need to put that moisture back. And the first most important thing out of anything I've ever used is water, and of course we follow that with oil and cream, but you definitely always want to put water back into your hair, and it's the best thing you can do for your hair on top of everything else. Water is key. Water is the #1 thing that will moisturize your hair. Our natural sebum travels to the end of our hair. Now, if you have a kinkier, curlier texture, this becomes a lot more difficult because it's no longer traveling along a straight line. It's having to curve and bend and coil and do all these different things to reach the ends of our hair. So that's why it's important for us to moisturize our hair so that we can give it that push that it needs to travel along the ends of our hair. One thing you want to do, like I stated earlier, is make sure that you remove any type of buildup in your hair. You want a healthy breathing scalp so that your hair can flourish. You also want to make sure it's clean so that you are basically allowing our natural hair sebum to produce as much as it can to help our hair on its natural hair journey. Now, sebum is the natural oils that are produced by the human body. And it not only comes out of our scalp, it comes out of every other possible place that you can think of that grows hair. The best oil that mimics sebum is jojoba oil. And I will put that right here so you guys know the spelling. A lot of you may already know what it means or what it is. But jojoba oil is the closest oil that mimics the natural human producing sebum. So if you're looking for oil that's going to give you the same benefits, definitely jojoba oil. Consistency is key in anything you do. Consistency in life with anything you do is key in order to get the results that you're looking for. So whether it's your natural hair journey, whether it is whatever it is, be consistent. But in this case, be consistent with moisturizing your hair. Be consistent with cutting the ends of your hair. Be consistent with making sure your scalp is clean and your treatments. Be consistent with the way that you do your hair. Never too tight, never pulling on your scalp, never allowing too much tension on your edges. Just be mindful when you're taking care of your hair and you're doing your hair. Okay guys, so those are all the tips that I had today. I really hope that this video was helpful. Please thumbs up, let me know if you'd like to see more videos like this. I really like sharing these videos. I will be posting a video on Sunday, which will be more of a vlog style. Again, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe, thumbs up, leave any tips you have below that may be helpful. Maybe they'll be even helpful to me. I'm always open to learning and growing and learning as much as I can. So definitely put your tips below. Please subscribe to my channel. And I love you guys for supporting me and watching. I'll see you in another one. Deuces. Love and light, light and love.